Alright, so in my last video it was to test whether or not my streaming had resumed. It hasn't. It drops out after about an hour and a half. I don't know what the quality is, whether you can get 1080p, but it seems to be my login, or rather my area network, without going through the broadcast facility on the PS5 platform. So yeah, it dropped out after an hour and a half. I'd just gotten this metal shroud off, and then found that the busted spring, as you see here, I had a spare, came off without any problems. But putting another one back on, I had to take the spring from the clutch for the brake, but I had a spare spring that I'd bought to replace the brake, and it was just here, so I was able to replace the accelerator. I never use the clutch anyway, but the thing was, there was this, which is a location grub, that have one at the top of the spring and one at the bottom of the spring, and you can get like conical absorbers and other things to work as like a damper for the depression. Once you get to like 90%, you then have a heavier compression, etc., especially for the brake. It's like a mod upgrade, and you can get hydraulic ones for this pedal in particular, and especially for the the later version, T3P, I can't even remember, TCL, the later one. This is the T3PA Pro, so you can have them inverted or not in the F1 or GT3 position, but I've had them inverted, and the problem was there's a screw which holds this location grub into this upright, call it a fully billet arm, and it didn't have a nut on the back side of it. It had self-tapping thread, because it was a bolt, not a self-tapper screw. It had die thread in the actual billet arm, so I had to then pinch the that's where the grub screw is supposed to fit, and the top half of the thread, where it had ripped out, I couldn't find the bolt, but I managed to, where wiping the place there in the rig where this goes, I found the grub, which is good because it's intact and it'll be a serviceable part. The problem was that that's not a microphone. That the pin that goes through and pivots had a circlip. Anyone that knows circlips usually got circlip pliers. They got two little pinholes in each end, but these were just a push-on circlip, which makes it easier, but not if you don't even have any flat blade pliers. My pliers were half round. These are needle nose, generic household needle nose pliers. And without having to go to the basement again, I do have some other types of pliers, flat blades, etc. I was able to push that circlip off without too much on both arms, because I had to take this one off the clutch and then I had to push the other circlip off the brake pedal. Able to swap over these fulcrum arms, and hey presto, job done. Got an accelerator pedal back on. I just want to change over, and I half undid this, and I thought I'll replace the stream, because whether it dropped out or not, it had. I'll replace this foot pedal, because it's a more elongated shape for the accelerator, and it'll just be comfortable underfoot. It won't be a changed pad cover. So as you can see, I'm starting to accumulate spares. That'll be very loud on the microphone. So there's no two ways about it. Hopefully this is the right position. So I was just saying there's no two ways about it, as you can see. Hopefully this is the right position, but we got all sorts of shit here. And yeah, that's rubbish. That spring broke into 3 pieces. So once the locator grub at one end had come off, the spring is then loose to slide and then get mashed. It probably got mashed almost immediately. I mean, it would have fallen off this session. It couldn't have held in there really. So all we got to do now is just lob this back in the rig and get started again. I might do another half-hour race, recommence, but my streaming, unless I use broadcast mode, it drops out from YouTube. So yeah, completely display serviceable T3PA. I've now broken a spring 3 times. I replaced the first one with a you know, like a Mitre 10 home hardware spring. It was in a plastic bag which was sealed, and you get them in different gauges and different sizes, so I got the closest match to what was factory. And then I decided to buy another factory Thrustmaster one on order, back order, which came, and I had it left here, but I only bought that recently because the spring broke again, the one I got from Home Hardware, and I stole the spring from the clutch pedal, which rendered the clutch pedal useless. That's why I decided to use the clutch pedal location grub. Now, that has left me with another one. You can just see in the bottom of the clutch pedal recess bay there's another location grub there in case one of these rubber deteriorates. But I can't see it. It would happen. It hasn't. This is the first time that one's happened. And if it does, I can use that one until I get one of the conical size dampers as well. There's just options. I don't think this hardware should be replaced as often as it is. And the DD, or the new Fantech Extreme, $2,500 for the rig, where you get the box, the wheel, and a set of pedals. I mean, if it's your first set, you're going pretty hell for leather, best shit. But I mean, if you've got stuff, they should be serviceable at this sort of, you know, gamers aren't stupid kids, but if they grow up to learn to just not buy something when it needs service, then they get some hands-on experience, because they really are working at increasing their hand-eye coordination with gaming. It's not really arithmetic or languages and dialects. You know, there is some elements to that, but really it's hand-to-eye coordination. They come out to be fairly coordinated kids and grow up to lay their hands at broken shit. If it's busted, fix it. If it's not broke, don't fuck around with it. But you know, these are completely serviceable mechanical items, replaceable parts, 1-for-1 OEM, everything. You know, so don't hold back. These are, you know, doable. Let's get this back in. I was going to say, don't worry about this rig is home job, but I actually use another method to hold this in place, because that it is a very under stress, under duress item. Oh, that ain't right. Okay, so that's my location technique there, these brackets. And then what I then go and do is belt and braces it. I use this strap, okay, to make sure it doesn't go fucking anywhere, and tension it up if it gets any movement. Anybody that's used this type of D-ring knows that it is a good freaking way to put any tension on shit. So I'll put the D-rings down that side, out of the way. And I mean welding shit in place or having fabricated bolts and that, but this seems to have worked in the past to date. Actually, I'll throw that over the other end, out of the way down there. Don't want it to come under the pedal. I actually had the D-rings underneath before, but I'll do it this way this time because I'm so done. Alright, let's test it out and recalibrate. Macho. Alright, I might need a shirt just to put this on, but we don't need my voice so much as to calibrate. Oh, probably should have brought the little cable. What's this in here? Plug in the back of the rig. Oh, that's so tight. That is tight. Actually, it might be better off as the brake pedal. On the bare chest here, it is bloody hot. I'm in Queensland, Australia. So, never know, this video might go a bit viral, eh? Silly buggers aside, I thought I was screwed because it's Friday, and then I had the hiccup with the location grub, so getting it back on and not really interrupting the session too much. Let's just see if it is calibrated, but I'm sure I might have to do that options. Actually, what's this? Pardon me. Bloop. projector. To resize that anyway, I think I've got to go into the car. Holy shit, that is tight. I'm going to do a footwork out here. What's this cable? Alrighty. So what I was going to do is jump in the car, redo, and yeah, there's probably some way I can, geez, that must have been loud, click. It's got a magnet, so can't really magnetise it to my chest because I don't have a pacemaker or anything. Yeah, we'll just jump in and I'll line up my camera here with the dash. So I was trying to do. Alright, and then lock that in. I'll probably have to come back out to options. Setting a new trend now. No shirt. VR goggles. Must be breaking some sort of. So we're going to have to options this mofo. Oh, that's the base, eh? We want that at the top, so if the minimum where it comes on, where's the maximum? Oh, well, that shouldn't matter then, eh? But that's got to be 100% surely. It's just a short 100%. So I want as much of that out the bottom as possible. Alright, that means I've got less workout for my foot, but I'm there quicker. So I'll beat other people 100%. The problem is, when I've got a hover, I'm diving in. Alright, so that's the upper, what I've got to do. If I increase the minimum, by the time I've dove in, see, I'm getting nothing. I need that below 0. See, that comes on at about 2% input. That's coming on at about 5, 10, 20. Why can't you set to the just in the maximum input? Use the values on the slider to set the minimum. I can only imagine that would be better if it comes on. But it means that it takes longer to get there. I need it below 0. I need -10, not +10. It's not activating. I'd rather work it. Well, I've still got to get to 100%. Like, I'm still going to have flat, I'm sure. But if I got to 39% when I was only half input, then it wouldn't matter if you squashed it. But I've got to squash it to get to 100, to maximum, flat to the floor. You should have a minimum and a maximum. I don't know, I just can't see that 100% there is going to be enough. Oh yeah. That's not even reaching 100% unless I mash it. So there's something wrong with that spring. It feels really soft compared to this one. And it's the most overworked one. The 2 springs that I've broken have been the brake. It's the first time the accelerator's gone. But that's not even holding now. There's something wrong with that. Not even working. Alright, I guess, test it out. Oh shit, take the foot off, and it turns, it comes out like the sunshine's in. Working and then not working, that's a great concern, because that's not calibration. Something a bit flickery there, so maybe I'll just recalibrate the wheel until I do it. Maybe it was just my wheel needed a calibration. I plugged it in and recalibrated it. I'll just do a quick half-hour stream just for that water fatty.
doesn't matter because they don't switch foot. It's just sort of thing they don't see the car. Switch foot to the brake. That is the brake not having that fixed. Position of this right foot. Lift and hold. You know what I mean? You've got to have that muscle. 80%. Sixth out of 7th run. It's in the previous week. Very necessary to run this hall. Without being indulging. 2 to 20 cars in a row recently this last week. Drift 17. Could maybe rest this here. Probably drop it. Good idea. Not. Yeah. very soft. Great level.
Oh, that was a bit battle stations. I can't tell what this weather's doing. It seems to be cutting across the bottom half, but I have found weather patterns change if it's a race car. And this being a drift car, categorised as a race car. There are a few other ones. Actually, I want to check out that new Civic, because that's race car. Because it's race car. Bit of grindage. Really should have put my t-shirt back on. But when it kicked out, then I actually put the replay on, and the accelerator had dropping out. Oh, I've got enough. I've run out of petrol. It's lap 3 already. The end of lap 3. Oh fuck! They're all going in. Doesn't really matter. I've shit it in. Shit it in. I tell you. I rarely ever do this race twice in the same car. It only takes sort of practice in one car to get quite good at it, the nuances and how you can do it, but you can't sort of not win. Then again, the freaking rig might drop out. I'm a bit ashamed of the tyre use. It's very like launch tyre wear, because the accelerator's coming on very all of a sudden. Sometimes I wish I had more chest hair. I could just hook this on the chest hair. Actually, that's what they do. They get a little like a magnet. I can be Big Brother, Mr. Fix-It. My shirt on. Trucky signal or something. Got a cool one Esky here. Carries dry ice. Different radiators can flow in and out through it. Just cool down your shit. Probably got a lot of heat retardant on the floor. The floor pan probably heats you on the shit floor as well. But inside that Esky, that's... My legs are already getting sore.